to you. I need to hold the wire. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna hook the bar.
That is not cool. That's like when you take the weight off of the barbell.
Yeah.
Without having weight on the other side.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
I don't want to play that game. I'm sure there's some great videos where people have done that. I'm gonna hook the truck up to that. Well, I'm standing in our orchard. We have 500 apple trees here. Since I got the Ventrac, I haven't had an opportunity to get over here and see what it can do for me. I am looking forward to it because I think it's gonna be a lot easier to get between the trees. And as you can see, it's definitely grown up. So we're gonna hit this real quick and see what we can get done. Right away I was happy because I can get closer to the fence and work some areas that I can't usually get to with the tractor. Usually those areas have to be worked by hand. At this low point, there's about a 10-inch ditch, only about 15 inches wide, but 10 inches deep. That's been formed by rain. Before any grass ever started to grow, we had a drainage problem here. And the runoff created a small ditch, and now I'm stuck in it. I managed to get that thing stuck. I dropped the back end of it down into a hole and slid sideways into the fence, and now I'm all hung up on the fence and can't get it out because I'm putting too much pressure on the side of the fence. I got the Ventrac stuck, the unstickable tractor, and I got it stuck. That's just bad driving, man. Crap. I may even have to cut a couple of wires on this fence in order to get it out. I gotta go get the tractor so I can come down here and use it to lift it up. I'm gonna have to hook a chain to the back somewhere, lift that thing up and pull it over so I can get it out. Well, I'm on the way back up there. I brought the cavalry. Jefanna's coming along to help me out because I'm sure I'm going to need some assistance. I'm going to see if I can use the forklift blades and a chain to lift it back into that thing and pull it out enough to get off of that wire. Otherwise, I'm just going to cut that wire. I'd much rather have to repair a wire than have to try and get a tire replaced.
Just gonna kind of lift and drag the butt
end of it and pull it over this way, so I can get it off the fence. But I don't know, at that point, I don't know what I mean, I may end up having to just cut the fence. The problem is, the way this thing is going, it's pushing through the whole fence. Which means I'd have to mend every one of these. I'd have to cut all the way near the ground, figure out how to back up that way and get it back up there. I mean, if I do that, I can back it up there, I can come up the other way. I just don't want to do that. Right.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but every time I tried to maneuver, I was sliding more and more that way because the tires are in a hole.
Yeah. It is a hole.
It is a hole.
Did you cut one blade of grass?
What's that?
You didn't cut one blade of grass, did you?
I don't think I had the cutter on. We'll talk about that afterwards. It's difficult to gently lift with the tractor. As you lift, it seems to extend outward just a little bit. My concern is putting too much stress
on that articulating joint in the middle of the Ventrac and damaging the hydraulics.
That way maybe I won't break them.
You know, if I had done this, you'd be like, how the hell did you do that?
I said the same thing to myself.
Without cutting one blade of grass, and this is where you are.
I'm going to turn the wheels.
Yeah.
So that when I back up, it swings the forks this direction a little bit.
Okay.
I want you to keep an eye on here and make sure that I don't do anything, like I don't get the wheels hung up and pulling against that post.
Okay.
I'm taking this wire out, taking this tensioner apart, and pulling the wire out because the tire's against it and I'm going to break it. That or I'm going to start putting some tension on it and end up slicing into the tire with the wire. The worst part about this isn't my tractor.
It's true.
It's hers.
And how many times have I driven it? Like once.
Using the Coyote to get the Ventrac out is a good idea, but sometimes a good idea doesn't work, and you have to know when it's time to quit.
Can you just pull and not lift?
I don't want to put too much stress on this joint here.
Okay.
Pull it on.
Here, Paulo, come here. I would think he'd have enough sense to move. It's the wire's sliding underneath. Wait, stop. See, that's what I'm saying to you. I need to hold the wire.
Even though I was able to pull it out a little bit, as soon as I started trying to maneuver it, I slid right back down into the hole and up against the fence.
Bring a jig down here.
Okay.
Trying to lift with the tractor just kept getting it hung up in the wire. So I'm going to try to pull it to the side and up and out with the Jeep. The Jeep is going to offer me a little more control as well. I'm turning the wheel because I want to use as much of the front hydraulics as I can. The front end of the tractor is stuck in the ditch. And so by turning it and pulling, I'm able to move the back end a little bit and get it around that post that it's stuck on. We just got it and we just replaced the hydraulic that lifts the front end and the implement. And I don't want to have to replace the hydraulic that turns the front end.
Make sure I don't catch my foot up in the track.
We've been very fortunate that we have not yet had to rescue ourselves with the winches that we have had on this Jeep or our other Jeeps. But we have rescued others, and we've had to use it on the farm many times. A winch is one of those things that makes you wonder once you've used it a few times how you ever got by without it.
But I think
I'm scared to like let off the brake. I want you to go forward first.
I can't go forward. I got to go backwards.
Oh my God, I mean, that means I have to go backwards.
No, look, you keep one foot on the brake, one foot on the gas, you rev it up in reverse, and you take your foot off the brake. It's made for this, girl. It's gonna be just fine. Forgot to do last time, which is engage the blades. Thank you. I didn't get as much done today as I wanted to get done, that's for sure. I did start getting up in here and cutting though. It maneuvers around the trees pretty nicely. Oh, not the kind of day I wanted. Now, tractors, Ventrac tractor's starting to overheat a little bit. I noticed that the temp's starting to climb. Got up in one of the little amber gauges. And I figured it was probably from all the dust coming up from this grass, and I was right, because there's basically a blanket on this thing. That is a lot of junk right there. That's a ridiculous amount. That is some interesting stuff right there. We'll just leave that right there. Put this back. That should alleviate that problem for a bit, so I can get back over to the house and grab the radiator genie and blow it out.
The maneuverability of the Ventrac was outstanding, and having the cutter sitting out in front of me where I could easily see it made it much easier to get around the trees, get closer to them, and not worry so much about damaging them. It also handles the extreme slope of the dam with no problem. When pulling the rotary cutter with the large tractor on the dam, I would usually start at the top and back my way down at an angle. I never really trusted it to try and drive across from side to side.
Off just a bit. Come up here and have a word with my painter.
You have done?
I got a little bit done. I didn't get it stuck again, so that was nice.
Okay. You run over rocks?
I ran over some rocks.
Warm,
I think it's getting a little cold.
so. I know. I'm just finishing my thing.
Uh-huh. Sun hasn't shined on that board in a while, so you're going to smooth it out good. Well, come on back and check us out again. Maybe next time will be better. We'll see you then. Sometimes the simplest things become not at all simple.
That is.
It went way up the first time. I was like, what the? Oh, okay, this is a problem.
That's so scary.
Boy, I tell you what, this day didn't turn out the way I thought it was gonna.